It's BlackBerry Today, episode 17. Does it come with Angelina? This is brought to you by GoToMeeting with HD Faces. Use the code podcast to get that free trial started. Are we ready?
Yeah.
This is 17.
What?
17?
I don't know.
While we look. Welcome, everybody. It's BlackBerry Today. We are not in a studio.
No.
But we're live.
Yes.
And we think this is episode 17. And if it's not, we apologize profusely. You know, you could just simply go to the site and it'd be so much easier that way. So hopefully, wait a minute. Sorry, I don't want to be off. I got to take my drink early.
Well, thank you.
Oh, they're not a sponsor, so I make sure I cover that up.
Yes.
So we've got lots of news. This was a big week. What was BBWC? So what was the
BlackBerry World.
BlackBerry World Conference?
Oh,
events?
you're talking about the hashtag.
Yeah, the
yes,
hashtag.
Yes.
Okay, so there was a hashtag. So this was BlackBerry World. Made a major announcement for all our friends out there that love their little devices, and that would be...
You're skipping right to that. Okay, go ahead.
Well, it was the big news. So don't I want to do the big news first?
Sure.
You will all have a device like this. That's the big news. No
I
keyboards.
don't want to talk about it.
No keyboards. No, they came out with a whole bunch of stuff that you're going to cover in your list, your magic list.
Yes.
So let's run through. But it was the event was now, and we're doing this at the end.
Yes.
And that's the best time to do it.
Right.
Okay.
So I did want to say, since you went right to the keyboard, if I can find it, I have so much news I can't keep it all straight, that they did confirm there will be some devices that still have a keyboard.
They finally confirmed that. When they first said it, they didn't say a thing.
They did confirm that there will, do not fear, there will be some devices with a keyboard.
It'll all be Bluetooth and it'll have to sit locally on your lap.
No, like a keyboard.
Okay, a real keyboard.
But like BlackBerry 10, the one they showed and all of that, no keyboard.
No keyboard. The fancy stuff right here.
Yes.
Okay.
So just a little bit before BlackBerry World started, part of
Right.
my news is that the Playbook OS had an update.
Let's talk about what it did.
Let's.
So it updated the OS to 201 something decimals afterwards. And I left mine on the old OS.
Oh, right.
Because we had a couple problems.
Yeah.
We had some people, I wrote and put out the bar file. They had a problem with running the new bar files when they upgraded their OS. People running issues with some of the Android player bar files that were done. And then we encountered another one. And what was the new one that we encountered on the lovely Playbook after we did the upgrade? We were testing.
We couldn't video chat.
We could.
Well, we could chat.
So I was running the old OS version. You had upgraded.
I upgraded.
And so we did a compatibility test on the integrated video chat.
Yes. Which was optimizations to video chat.
Yeah.
Is one of the things.
So I think they optimized it to the point that you both have to run the same
they
one.
Optimized me right the heck away from anybody who's not optimized.
All right, so I didn't upgrade, so I could not. Could you even see me?
I could see you.
I could not see you.
You couldn't see me, but we could hear each other.
So the audio worked great. So it was like this. Hello? It was a great big. It was a phablet. It was a phone tablet at that point. It was useless.
Yes.
So when we upgrade both to the same version, then we're looking at getting back to the video stuff to test.
Yeah.
But that was a big problem with the upgrade. So now if you have dual versions in your environment, or you have people that you talk to on this, you pretty much want to either both upgrade together or don't plan on seeing them if you haven't upgraded.
Right.
Okay.
So that happened.
And it sucked.
Then we had also before that, there were supposedly a bunch of updates for Foursquare, according to Foursquare, for BlackBerry. I think we've discussed in the past our
disdain.
I was gonna say disdain. I was looking for something nicer, but our disdain for Foursquare on the BlackBerry.
Yes, it never seems to know where you are.
No.
So
or even when it knows where you are, it won't give you
no
options that are where you are.
What we're finding is more and more as we have multiple devices.
Yes.
Android sitting next to it, iPads with 3G, or even on a Wi-Fi access point or wherever.
Right.
Those know right where you are.
Yes.
Get
know
to
right
the
where you are
BlackBerry.
and serve up options that are near you.
BlackBerry says, I can't find you.
Yeah.
So what we are finding is you go into the options and tell them where it is, because you actually found it.
Yeah, so if you go, of course I'm on OS 7, but if you go into the options and then device and then location settings, it pulls up where you are and what all that, and then you can hit your menu.
No. If you have it set to No.
Okay, don't listen to him. So then...
No.
Why is yours different?
Because I changed it. Scroll down. I don't know. Mine, okay, so here's what we're seeing that's different. We have the same exact OS 7. When I am in the US, mine does not let me see where I am. It's only when I'm international does that pop up.
Interesting. But you're also disabled while roaming.
Correct, but aren't you as well?
I'm just disabled.
Oh, let me change it now to enabled, and let's see if it does anything special.
But that's just supposed to be data.
Correct. Nothing.
Okay, anyway, so I see my location, and I can hit the menu, and I can hit refresh location, and sometimes that works. But the reason that I know it's Foursquare on the BlackBerry and not just the device is because I have another app, Social Scope, that lets me check into Foursquare, and that is able to find locations near me and serve them up 9 times out of 10 before Foursquare does.
So something in there hooked to the GPS sucks.
Right.
And we know that the GPS often doesn't know where you are.
Right.
And it's very strange.
Yes.
It'll think you're still towns away. Even though data's working fine, everything's working, it just doesn't refresh itself.
Right. Even though you've hit refresh and it pops up as though it refreshed, it's still the last
I've done all the updates, and I use it as a last resort still.
Right.
So if you're listening, Foursquare guys, can you? I know you don't like to hear about it, but please, it's a killer to know that one of the best services that people want to use for location stuff just never works right.
Right.
Okay.
So, BlackBerry World, in which a lot of it was, the keynote was focused on BlackBerry 10.
Yes. Yay. BlackBerry 10. They said devices out this summer.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, they said devices out this summer.
Okay.
Well, so we just got through with 7. We're going straight to 10. Don't know where 8 and 9 are. It's a number. It's just a number. It doesn't mean anything. But people would tend to say, where's 8 and 9? And where is the whole crossover to their new platform? The whole BBX stuff, or the one they couldn't use?
Oh,
Business Basic
there
Exchange.
is no crossover. That's why it's 10.
Right. There's no, that migration to the new platform and things like that. The move to a mainly touchscreen device is, I think, go direct competition with the other.
Right. So, of course, they're focusing on the consumer, and they're trying to compete with iPhones and Androids. And I'm not sure
and
if
phablets.
I think that's a great idea.
And phablets.
I'm not sure that saying, okay, here's the things that we actually are known for being awesome, like a keyboard and security and enterprise. Yeah, who cares about that? Let's chase after the iPhone and the Android.
Well, they already have the security lock, though. So the difference is, do we change the usability of the device to meet what the consumers want? We already have the security. We already have the back-end stuff.
Right, but I guess chasing consumer and not focusing so much on enterprise, which is where they are, strongest. I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Well, now they did release Fusion.
Right, yes, they did.
We're not really having the news because a lot of you don't care about it because a lot of you watch this as a consumer. The idea is, though, your company that has BlackBerry servers can now install another piece that will control Android and iOS and other things, so Apple and iPhones. And so BlackBerry's trying to reach that direction as well for the enterprises.
Right. Anyway, so, BlackBerry 10. So no keyboard, as we discussed.
Yes.
The new OS and all of that kind of stuff.
No keyboard.
I don't want to talk about it.
No keyboard.
I don't want to talk about it. And I guess
okay, there's a video, which we can link to in the show notes. Everyone should know. Saw this video. And the keyboard, the way that the type ahead was trying to guess the words you're going to do.
Yeah, so it was trying to be like...
that blows.
Right.
It was awful. It was all over the screen. It didn't make... I know it was trying to do it based upon the letter you click to simply go to that word.
Well, because you have...
Swift key.
Yes, Swift key, which it guesses what you're going to say. And all
it
this.
learns.
Not on Droid. This is not for BlackBerry.
Right, it's on Android.
And so it learns what you're going to say, and basically you type one letter of each word practically. I've seen you do it, and it does your whole sentence.
Correct.
Because it knows things you frequently say.
If you let it read text you send and things, it learns your behavior of your patterns of your sentences and words. And I can literally sometimes tap out a whole thing and hit send in 6 clicks, and that's a...
Right.
5-word text.
It seemed like that's what they were trying
And those aren't
for.
pre-configured, meaning I don't have to go in and manually say those are the words. It learns, and it'll actually bring up words that it knows you use more often after the other ones. Like, I will be there in, and it just starts a few minutes.
Right.
Yeah, it's great.
So, it seemed like that was what it was trying to be.
Yeah, it did. It
but
tried.
now, so you're saying you don't like it, but
I don't like the look of it.
I wonder if you don't like it because you've seen this other thing, which is so great. Whereas people like me, who if I'm going to be forced to go to a touch screen only, I'm going to think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread because I've had nothing else anyway.
But the words were all over the screen. They weren't even in the same place every time, so you don't get in the habit of pushing in a certain area. You were pushing here and here and here and here and here. That's what I didn't like.
Dislike.
And I'm wondering if it's because of patents.
Yeah, right, because they can't do what that does because that does it.
Right, they have a patent.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else we got next?
Let's see.
I'm gonna get a drink while you do that.
You're gonna spill water all over the
No,
place.
I had a lid on it. I'm safe. Around our devices, I'm safe.
So then they also talked about, I've seen some stuff about some new BlackBerry 10 apps, obviously, so that's the big push, right? So BlackBerry 10, and look, we have apps, and apps are so great, and appy app.
They had to have beat up on these guys to already have apps out the door. There has to be some developers. They just went after and said, listen, you have to get us some apps to show off, and we will highlight you at BlackBerry World on the screen if you have an app.
Well, this wasn't from BlackBerry World. This is just a highlight of some of the first apps available. What I thought was interesting is I think this list I'm looking at here was like a list of 8. We've actually, covered several of these on the show.
Nice.
So Endomondo, we talked about that one.
Early episodes.
Several episodes ago. It was the one like tracking your exercise and all of that kind of stuff. The fitness app. Another one was Point, which I covered, loved, because that one helps you find, cheap gas and all that kind of stuff, and movie tickets and whatever.
Free.
And it's free, and it's great on both devices. We also talked about, so these are all available for BlackBerry 10.
But no one has a BlackBerry 10 device.
No, well, some people got the Dev Alpha device. But anyway, and Wikitude, we talked about
Wikitude back in early episodes.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool. That some of the early ones that are going to be available for the BlackBerry 10, we already talked about and recommended.
And Wikitude, go back and watch the episode. We'll put a link in the show.
Sure.
But that was the augmented reality app that sat there.
Yep.
Okay.
So I guess the big thing was like this information flow thing that they talked about with BlackBerry 10, that it's going to be easier. You don't have to switch between applications and all this stuff. And, obviously we haven't really seen it. There was some demos here and stuff like that. But my only concern is too much.
Yeah.
Right? I kind of like you have your 55 mailboxes and you keep them all separate.
4. Yes.
Separate.
Yeah.
Separate. You don't want it all jumbled and mixed all together in one
earlier,
place.
I was able to go into one mailbox earlier, get into it, get the mail done for that because it's a high priority for me, and get out.
Right. So it sounds to me like they're going for the activity stream on Facebook, but the equivalent of that on your device, and it throws everything all together in one place, quote unquote, to help you with your productivity. To me, it's like a fire hose in my face every day on my device.
Well, they had that before. We talked about this. So if you go to your home screen now, or depending on the device you have, they had social feeds. And I think this was their first attempt at that. Social feeds took their statuses from BBM, which these are all statuses from BBM, right? And they put those in the feed. Then you could add RSS, and you could add other things in. And this was their stream. And you could hit the down arrow and say who's logged in and all the different stuff.
Do you use that?
Never.
Right, me either. Okay. So another thing about the BlackBerry 10 is the new camera. So again, chasing consumers instead of the enterprise.
Yes.
So the new camera, which does have this one cool little thing. It's this, I forget what they call it exactly. This
time shifting.
Time shift.
Nice.
So as you're going to take a picture, you know how it takes 4 hours for any digital device really to take a picture.
You've got to anticipate because it misses the cool stuff.
Maybe you've got the great image, and then maybe right as you take it, everybody looks fantastic, and then one person sneezes. Well, if they weren't sneezing at some point in the picture-taking moment, you can actually time shift a portion of. I think I just whacked the microphone. Sorry. You can time shift a portion of the image back.
Okay.
So everybody looked great in this.
Except for this
snapshot.
target.
Except for this person, you can shift it back.
So the web thing they're showing is a targeted, like you say, I want this person to bring this forward. So as long as they don't move a lot,
right?
You can actually. That's pretty. Time shift is pretty cool.
Like when you're kids, everybody looks great. How hard it is, like cat herding to get.
Or they're about to do it, and you click, and by the time that this thing finally decides to go and take a picture, it's done. Right. Yeah, I know about that.
Right.
Hey, look, there's the on-screen keyboard.
Yeah, there's the on-screen keyboard.
Oh, now Cascades they've been talking about for a while. No big deal.
Yeah.
Now battery monitoring from apps. Whatever. You see your battery at the top. I don't know why you need to do it or whatever there is.
Right. So yeah, that's not that. We covered that. Ooh, oh.
That was just must have trouble. Don't worry about it.
I closed something I didn't want to close.
Keyboard modules. This is the physical. Okay. So you're going to cover this. There is a few things they're saying with the physical keyboard still.
Oh, so here it was just what's his name there, the CEO saying, I can confirm physical keyboard will be an option in the BlackBerry 10 portfolio.
Be like 2 devices.
Right, 2 crappy little devices off to the side.
It's going to be a bold and a curve or something. You know, it's not going to be anything major. Well, no, I mean, are you going to want the new one? And they're talking about upping the horsepower in these devices again too.
I'm sad.
Yes, I know you're sad. They're going to up the horsepower. So.
Right. So that was for the main. That was like the big news from the show and all of that.
Well, I've got one more news, and then we'll move on to our other stuff.
Okay.
One more news. So if you go into AppWorld right now, they have released again. That's good through the middle of May. They have, if you have OS 7, a premium app offer for BlackBerry OS 7 customers. So what you're able to do is go into AppWorld. You'll see one in the carousel at the top. They've given $77 worth of OS 7 apps for free until, I think it's somewhere in May. So you're able to go in and get all these different apps. The Tracker Pro for Edmondo's in there. So we've talked about Edmondo, the free version before. This is the Pro version. So you can use that. Some sim stuff is in there. Rubik's Cube, Mahjong. We've talked about iSpeech. That's in there. Pinball, Aces. So you can go on and get it. Easy Smiley Pack Pro. I hated that application. I hated Easy Smiley Pack Pro. It just screwed everything up. It seemed like it sacked it. Oh, and Need for Speed the Run. I'm not sure how good this will be on your device, but they've got Need the Speed. Can you imagine all that horsepower it would take to render that thing? So they got these apps, OS 7 customers, $77. It'd be hilarious if they did it free. Oh, including Tetris. And Fixmo tools, which Fixmo is getting beat up in the ratings because they say you can do all of it in the BlackBerry without sucking the battery that this thing does.
Okay.
So Fixmo's getting a little bit of heat. Sorry guys, but they're beating you up in the reviews that are in there. So, but there you go. So another tip is if you have OS 7, then you can now go get $77 worth of apps for free.
Was that your tip or was that news?
That was news.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's not my tip.
You said tips.
No, I said we're gonna do tips.
Okay.
So are we gonna do apps next?
Sure.
Before we do apps, we have to thank our sponsors. So as you know, we have some apps. We have to thank our sponsor. It's GoToMeeting. GoToMeeting has been. You guys have been doing really well with this. If you're not trying it out yet, you need to get in. We have a special code under the word podcast, but it gets you a free trial, and we have a link in the show notes. Please click the link through. Let them know you came from the show. The idea is unlimited meetings for 30 days. If you want to run meetings all day long with your friends, you can do it for free. I use it all the time. I love the service.
Yeah.
I actually love it. It has new HD faces, and that's a key part. What they want us to mention is not only what I like, is now you, and I think it's up to 10. If I screw it up and it's 12, it is. But whatever. It's definitely more than 8. But what you're able to do is have HD camera interaction with your friends while you're doing the meeting services. You can record your meetings. You're not allowed to record the HD yet because it's not the capability is built in. But you're allowed to record the screen sharing, the whiteboarding, the audio, everything else that goes on inside the meeting itself.
Yep.
So if you can go to the link in the show notes, tell them we sent you that way. Use the podcast code to get the free trial, 30 days unlimited. Nothing else is required, and use it all day long. I say invite everybody.
Invite everybody.
Across firewalls and everything.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I was gonna say we have used other services.
Oh yeah.
And GoToMeeting just works.
Yeah, go to work. It works. Installation, if you need to install to share and things like that, is simple. It works across firewalls, networks. If you leave and you want to be able to communicate with people while you're on the road, it's great. It works well. There's multiple clients that are able to view things too, so you're able to get out there on other clients too.
Cool.
Okay. So we want to thank GoToMeeting for still being a sponsor of our show and keeping us on the air. Am I first or you first?
You go first.
Okay. I usually go first on the app.
Sure.
No, I usually go first on the. I go first on the app. Okay. This is cool. I haven't told you about it yet. We didn't tell each other about apps on purpose because now you can see it. So I went and installed this, and it really haven't noticed a difference in batteries or anything.
Okay.
But under my applications, I now have this very slick and cool weather application.
Okay.
Constantly updates, and so everyone should be aware. In St. Louis last weekend, humongous hail. We had literal baseball-sized hail, breaking out car windows, destroying homes, siding, and everything. I was getting alerts from this service in advance, straight to your inbox, not via email. It was part of the app that you could turn on the option to say, put it in my inbox.
Oh, yeah.
And I get the little triangle saying there's an alert. Once I read it, it went away. There was no delete. It read it. But it'll update on your screen the temperature live where you are. I have it in C.
Okay. I was going to say, wow.
I have it in C right now because I'm playing around. At home, it is feels like 30 degrees C, so it's like 100 billion degrees at home. In St. Louis, it's like hot.
It's nice here.
It's
That's
nice
actually
here.
quite nice.
Yep, it's
really pretty.
Beautiful interface. And on the screen, which will be too close here, we'll put it in the screenshot, you're able to actually see the temperature right there on the main monitor. You don't have to
Yes.
worry about anything else.
Yep.
Now, what's cool about it is I didn't show you this part. It'll show you the high, the low, the percentage, and if you swipe once, it will give you other cities. So you can update and put multiple cities
Right.
across.
Yep.
It's warmer than it is in London right now. London
Yes.
is 9C, and where I am, yeah, it feels like it's 30C, to give you an idea. Now, what are options in there? There are radar maps. You can show active advisories for the area, and it all has hotkeys. You can just hit letters while you're in the app. O, A, D. Radar maps is very cool. You can actually go and see a built-in radar of where you are with a 25 or a 70-mile radius.
What's this called?
I'm going to tell you.
Oh, okay.
But as you can see, this is very cool. It's updating, it's loading, and it'll give you active radar for the area as well. So this is a free app in AppWorld because of the OS 7, just so you know. So we'll go down. Oh, I'll get out of this first. You can reload and update. Let me get out of that. Okay. We'll get out of the custom apps. It is called Tell Your Friends. No, I'm kidding. It's not called Tell Your Friends. Be Weather.
Be Weather. Okay.
BE Weather. And you can download the free trial, but if you go into AppWorld, it's free right now because it's part of the OS 7 thing.
I wonder if that's from the Bebas, the same people from the other app.
It might be, but it works better.
No, I was going to say we've covered, yeah, it is, Spellshare. We've covered other weather apps before, but that one actually looks really
You can open a browser, you can change
Really
locations, you can set one as your home, you can update, all that stuff is in here. I love this thing. You can share your weather. I'm going to share the weather. How do you want to share it? Text, pin, social feeds, BBM, so you can actually take your weather and share it.
That was free as part of that package?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So
Free
it's
is
not normally free, maybe.
I don't think it's normally free. I think you need to get on this quick.
Okay.
But when you close it on here, which is cool, and you go back to the home screen, it actually keeps your temperature right there for you, and it updates it and does the alerts.
Nice.
I love that app.
Nice.
Okay, you're up.
All right, I'm up. So a momentous occasion has occurred.
The bee weather?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
A momentous occasion has occurred.
You picked up your playbook, so I'm nervous.
I purchased an app.
No.
Yes.
We try to give you everything free, as you guys have seen. I think we
Right.
had a 99-cent app once.
Right.
But what did you buy?
$3.99. I spent $3.99. Now, just so you understand, I don't spend money on apps on this playbook.
Right.
Right? Free apps. I don't
Right.
spend money for apps on my BlackBerry. Free apps. I'm all about the free apps. So if I spend $3.99,
Even if it's limited use. We should say even if it's limited use, we love the free.
So if I spend $3.99,
I need a drink.
if I spent $3.99, this app better be good.
I needed a drink after that. All right, let's see it. What is it?
So I went out and I got Lara Croft. This is just
Does
available.
it come with Angelina?
It's not Angelina, but she's, it's
Tomb Raider.
Angelina looking. It's Tomb Raider.
Right, it's Tomb Raider, right?
Yeah. Well, Tomb Raider was out before Angelina played Tomb Raider.
Yeah, not to anybody that really cared.
Oh my God, that's so not true. If you're a big fan of the game,
Yes.
yeah,
I thought about talking about the movie.
No. So Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light, and I like it.
Really?
I actually really like it. So you can see, and we'll show. The video is really great, but also I like video games.
Yeah.
But I tend to panic in like shooter kind of video games and whatever, and I don't panic. And I thought for sure. Also, I don't have a game controller for this. How am I going to do, shooting and whatever? Because I've played Tomb Raider before on, and you got to do this, and it's all. I actually really like this. So you've got the two thumb, whatever they call them here. So the one on the left.
What was the joysticks move around?
Yeah. So the one on the left is what. Oopsie, sorry, video. Hold on. The one on the left. Are you stealing it from me? I wanted to.
I'll do this.
So the one. On the left, you just died.
They came out of nowhere and killed her.
You just died.
They came out of nowhere.
So the one on the left is what moves her around. The one on the right is what shoots. You can set off bombs. You can jump up and down. It's totally Tomb Raider, and it looks really super cool. And it's a lot of fun to play.
Moves quick.
Moves quick, and like I got through the one level, right away, and it's a lot of fun, and it goes well. And so here's some of the video you can see. So it's really cool. I really like it. $3.99,
awesome.
and I think it was worth it.
Okay, that's awesome. A game that you liked.
$3.99.
All right. I'm doing my tip because we're gonna be on time. Okay. We're already running long.
I'm gonna play.
Okay, you play. This is what you're gonna take your turn. So my tip is something I noticed on this one is it would turn itself on all the time, and what I found out was. The case I was using was not exactly for this model of BlackBerry, even though it fit perfectly in there. It wasn't exactly for this model. So what's happened is the little magnet, as we're all used to, as soon as you close the cover, it goes dark, like that, right? It goes dark. It wasn't going dark all the time, or it was on still, or it was sometimes opening apps. I couldn't figure out what was going on, even though it was perfectly in there. I looked at it, the case, and it was not made for this. If I put the case around it with the two magnets, like directly between it, watch, I can do it now. If I actually took the darn device and I put it here, right, put it between it, it would turn off. But if I put it in there, which you guys will all see, it fits fine, it's still on. It doesn't go off until it went on its own, and I was opening apps and doing all sorts of weird stuff. So the tip would be that even now, as I've got it as a habit, even when I set it down, is to just hit the lock button on the top, so it turns it on and off and it locks it. Now I know that it's definitely off and it's definitely ready to go, and I've now gotten my battery to last even longer, even when I'm leaving it out on the table, because I cut that extra time that it has to dim or do whatever you guys set for your defaults. So my thing is to make sure that you're locking these up, because I don't believe these cases are always accurate, even though this is a BlackBerry case.
What were you talking? I'm sorry. I was playing.
It's your turn.
Oh,
my
is
tip
it my
is over.
turn? Oh, okay. Hold on. I got a guy shooting at me or something. I don't know.
I'll take that.
Okay. My tip. Are you gonna listen?
Yeah, I'm listening. I just don't know how to throw it.
You gotta get those things. Don't get.
Oh, but I don't know how you throw this thing.
You could aim it and then let go.
Oh, you aim it and let go. Well, here, let me get all these first. Okay, go ahead. Do your tip. I'm killing people.
You know, it's okay.
Oh, I did it.
So my tip is turn off your Bluetooth. That's my tip. Just turn it off. Only turn it on for the few moments that you're going to use it for whatever reason you're using it for, and then turn it off. And for all that is good in this world, do not try to do anything else while your Bluetooth is on. That is my tip. A little bit of a frustration. I got a new car, which is not frustrating at all. It's totally awesome. Has Bluetooth, so I can set up my phone. It's totally cool. I'm making phone calls while I'm driving, you know, hands-free. It's great, all that fun stuff. Tried to pick up my phone when I was stopped and do something with it. I think one of the times it was Blingo. Totally killed it.
Nice.
Froze my phone. Nothing was happening. It was trying to do some Bluetooth thing. Dead. So I thought, well, maybe just because Blingo has like a Bluetooth something to it. No. Tried to use some other app after rebooting when the Bluetooth was still on. Killed it. Frozen. Dead. Done. What?
Oh man, I just learned how to climb. Look at that. I just learned how to. Look, I just climbed.
It's a good app.
I just learned how to climb because I read the help.
Okay. So yeah, turn off your Bluetooth unless you're actually using it, and don't try to do anything else while it's on. That's my tip.
Did she ever run out of spears?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
it's a magic spear.
Okay.
All right, put the game down. I think you could pause it. Pause the game. What are you doing? You're still shooting. Okay.
Yeah, but I wanted to do this. Okay. I learned how to climb. Apparently, if you throw the spear into the wall, she can then jump onto the spears as a ladder. It said I just learned how to do that. It was very cool.
Great.
Okay. All right, so what do we have left?
That's it.
So we're going to keep you updated a little bit about what's going on with the 10 and the devices and everything else.
Yep.
We've given you your apps of the week.
Yep.
So we have the bee weather. We have Laura Croft. We've given you your tips of the week. We've given you a ton of summary news that's going on from the event. What's our opinion of that? Do we think that was the right move or not? We kind of talked about it. Let's close it with that. Do we think it's the right move for them to go with a push towards devices now that just get rid of the keyboard and go with faster performance?
Who's to say, right? I'm not a forecaster or whatever. But I will say the one thing, when anybody looks at me and says, oh, you have a BlackBerry, what's the one defense I say, the one reason that I love it more than any other device? The keyboard.
Really?
So if you're telling me the future of this thing is no keyboard, I know you, I know. If you're telling me the future is no choice, which, okay, yeah, there's still going to be a couple, whatever.
Well, I will say this, the sideways keyboard on this is better than the one that's on the darn iPhone to me.
Still. Anyway, if you're telling me the future is no keyboard at all.
Okay. Well,
I'm not happy.
I type much faster with the one with no keyboard than I do with that.
You do. I don't. I type a million
times. That drives me
faster.
absolutely.
Well,
just drives
all
me
right,
nuts.
so
and I don't see how people sit there with their hands over each other typing. That drives me crazy. I like it better. It's like more like a controller. We disagree. So everybody, that's BlackBerry
today. Remember,
today.
I'm touch challenged.
Yes, use your knuckles. Episode 5. One of our top-rated episodes. For some reason, Use Your Knuckles is top-rated episodes.
Okay, sorry.
So everybody, that's BlackBerry Day for this time. We'll be back with more news, more apps, more tips, and everything else you want to do. Don't forget to visit our sponsor. Wait, did I say that right?
And us. You forgot to say how to contact us.
Holy crud, I need to move it to the end. So what can you do? You can Twitter, BBerry Today. You can call us, right? 443-BB Today.
Yes.
You can find us on the Spike Studio page on Facebook.
Yes.
You can email us
Yes.
at bbtoday@spikestudio.com.
You can yell really loud, but we might not hear you.
Correct. You can pick up your new devices that are OS 10, and you could try to do you could try to call
Video
us,
chat with us.
but guess what?
We won't be able to see you.
Won't be able to see you. Or you won't be able to see us, depending on
Right.
what OS version you have and we have, apparently, at this point in time. And otherwise, pretty much easy to find. We're getting a lot of feedback on, is it Twitter that we're getting the
Twitter?
feedback?
Yep.
Twitter seems to be the big way to do it. So be very today, everybody. Find us there. Oh, and while you're watching this show, stop what you're doing right now. Open up your browser and go to Get Glue and let everybody know that you're watching the show.
Yes.
We are now on Get Glue to let people check in, to let you know that you're watching BlackBerry Today, and it's one of the best darn shows you've ever seen. So make sure you get out there and do that for us as well.
Perfect.
We done?
Yes.
All right, everybody. Thank you, and we will see you in a couple.
Bye.
I'll go back to playing lacrosse now. Okay. I would like to. I got to get up now. Perfect. Set your clocks. Wait, my leg's stuck.
Put that in the recording.
I will. I might put it at the end.
You said